Something within yourself is about to be unleashed here, just completely unleashed. But what is it? What do you think? If you're finding this, it's for a reason. So, and I have a whole reading ready for you for tomorrow, but I think I need to do a different one today. So I haven't really thought about this other than just pick up that card. Um, and I feel like you're sitting here kind of like you're considering, should you really let this out? Should you really let this energy out? Should it be something that you allow? And I think the answer is yes, but let's see. Okay, yeah, you are about to find out something so crazy about yourself that you never knew. And it's like, I thought I knew myself, but no. I mean, yes, but no. You have this this feeling inside of you that's like it's been germinating a little bit, but it seemed like it was kind of nothing. Like what you didn't really give much attention to it, but now it's starting to come out, and when it does, it's like all of a sudden you're ready. You're gonna be doing something. You're gonna be working on it, and you're gonna be actually producing things. Oh my gosh, okay. You're gonna be you're going to find harmony within yourself from this conflict that you're having. So I feel like it's like this, okay, you've been pushing back this feeling. You've been pushing back this feeling because it's not something that you feel like you want to experience. It feels like something you are that you're resistant to, but why? Why are they resistant to this? Because it's going to create harmony for you. Okay. So you're resistant to it because you're afraid of what might happen if you get what you want in life, because you think, okay, well, so much has been taken away from me that if I get what I want now, like how how would it be if that got taken away? So what does spirit want us to know about that for the collective, please? Okay, that okay, they're saying you're right to feel that way. There is a reason for that. It's because you need to be protective of what you've created. There's going to be times where people are going to challenge you and try to take away what you've created, but they're not going to be able to if you okay if you don't if you just prepare for that, and don't pull away just because you feel this fear, and your fear is based on an intuition. Your intuition is trying to tell you that you can do this, but that it's that you just need to be aware. You don't need to be paranoid. You just need to be aware of what it is that you're feeling, because there is this spark in you that's trying to come out, but you are afraid. There's a part of you that's afraid of letting it out, because what if you're judged? What if you don't do it right? What if things just turn out in a I'm hearing obstruction, and I'm also seeing contortion, like a contorted way. What if people take what you're saying or what you're doing and turn it into something that is their own, that is not that is a corruption of what you want. Sorry, my neck is crazy today, because it's a little bit out of whack. I mean, like, clearly I'm just like totally uneven. So that unevenness is, I think, is even part of it, because there is unevenness that comes from, okay, the unevenness comes from uh, an internal conflict about this. It's like part of what you're afraid of is being caused by that fear, by the reaction to the fear. And if you can release enough, and if you can allow enough, and you can, then you'll be able to think more clearly about this. And you probably don't, maybe you do know what this is about, but you probably don't. You probably have just, it's just germinating, it's just a seed. And it's just like, I feel just this little bit of uneasiness about something. But when you start to focus on it and start to ask that part of you, like, what's up? Why do you feel that way? And instead, not trying to make it stop feeling that way, but just like, why do you feel that way? And what can I do to help it bring you to the light? it will happen. It's like I feel like you don't believe it will happen because it just doesn't feel that way. It's like it's not, it doesn't, it's not really intuitive in the way that your body is like saying no, it's not going to happen that way, but it will. Like literally just stop and ask, why am I feeling this way? And then let that seed germinate over top of it. I'm seeing like two plants growing on top of each other in a way, and then growing into one plant. So it's like a lemon tree and an orange tree, they grow together and they create like a new plant. Interesting. So like sweet and bit and not bitter, sour, sweet and sour. Okay, Chinese food. I think okay, some of you are want maybe this is about something simple like a new recipe or something like that, or maybe it's about something really life changing. But either way, the Justice card here is telling me that you, and plus with the Fool here and the Nine of Cups, that you need to go into this. It is, oh interesting. I picked up more cards than I wanted to. You need to go into this though. It's so important for you to go into this because it is going to bring you wish fulfillment. And I'm going to do a reading about Pluto leaving Capricorn tomorrow, but I will say that there is a lot of unexpected shit coming from this, a lot of unexpected stuff like that is going to change your life in such a good way. There's been a lot of we just I never realized, I had no idea how deeply um, constricted we were in this energy. And it's still going to take a little while to come out, which I'll talk about, but it's still going to take a little while to come back to Earth, this energy that was anchored toward Pluto rather than toward Earth. So these restrictions that are being lifted for us is going to make this easier to look at. It's going to make it easier to not to be afraid at the slightest thing. And the thing with my neck is like part of that is because when there's a pain in most of our bodies, like if we have a pain and it's a recurrent pain and we get used to feeling like, oh, if I feel that pain then I'm going to have more pain, then it makes it worse, and then we get in this uneven sort of state. So we have to try to break that cycle of, oh look, I look like what is that? I look. My camera looks like it has a stigmatism. God, interesting. Lack of clarity. Lack of clarity. Something is really blocking your view from what your potential is here. Completely, completely. You have no idea what's to come. You have no idea, and that has been coming out on this channel for a while. So let's see what else is here. So I guess I'll use these cards since they're here. So Spirit, what else do we need to know? They keep putting me back on that word of stigmatism. Stars. It's like stars, lack of clarity in the stars. The stars are giving you lack of, okay, they're just pointing back at astrology being really important here. And I'm not an astrologer, I really don't know much about it. But the stars are being really important here. I'm getting a new star. It's like there's going to be I'm almost getting a new constellation, which is not possible. I mean, anything's possible, I guess, but it's really, it's not practical or realistic, but it's like, think of this as a new constellation in the sky that is bringing completely new energy that hasn't been around, because now that Aquarius is coming in, it's like there's this, it's like it's an alien energy that's coming in, and it's helping us to break these restrictions in a more peaceful way. I'm hearing Merkaba. Interesting. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It's not only alien, it's interdimensional. It's interdimensional energy that is coming through to help us with this, because this restriction, because of, okay, they're saying because of the way certain elements were engaged there, I'm hearing they were engaged together, including Pluto and Capricorn, it was creating a knot that is now being, that now is allowing in these extra dimensional creatures. Oh my god, this is very sci-fi. Okay. And is And those creatures are here to help us, actually. They're very much here to help us. I'm hearing dragons. Dragons are very much a part of this. Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing the planted seed of life. We were that tree again. We were the product of these extra dimensional creatures coming in and planting a seed within the DNA that already existed on the planet. Wow. I'm like, this is a whole new okay. They helped us, they helped push our evolution, and then they were pushed out of this reality by certain factors. This could all be a metaphor, but something about our conception. Some of you, I'm getting, again, somebody who is watching me is getting pregnant. Somebody out there is getting pregnant, but otherwise this is just about a project conception. And but these guys, they're new guys, they're, and we talked about a new guy coming out earlier, and I think, oh yes, that's one of them. And I'm getting a strong feminine energy there, because the feminine is being highlighted big time lately. And yeah, like feminine energy, um and a mix of masculine and feminine, but really like feminine energy, tapping into that feminine. Okay, this part of you here, especially if you are male, but not necessarily, it could be anybody. If you are male, then this energy that's conflicting within you is likely associated with your feminine energy, and that you need to tap into that feminine energy to allow it to come out. And but even if you're not male, like, this is a part of you that maybe even society has shamed, because like, god forbid man seem anything like a woman, because being a woman is such a sin, right, in our society. So it's like allowing that part of you that you have a little bit of shame about, regardless of what your beliefs are. You have a little bit of shame about it because of what society has put on you about those qualities within you. So they're going to be hidden within, like, I'm seeing like different, like, little spheres of, like, little, like, just feminine energy just everywhere. And this creative force, it's really coming through, and it's creating something new for you. It's creating, what is it creating? It's like we know it's something new, but what is it? Please, spirit. Hellenistic? I don't really know what that means. What is Hellenistic? In classical antiquity, the Hellenistic period covers the time in Greek history after classical Greece, between the death of Alexander the Great and the death of Cleopatra, which was followed by the ascendancy of the Roman Empire. Oh, as signified by the battle. Oh, and the Roman Empire is definitely representative of the toxic masculine. And this is not to be political in any way. It's just, it is. That's the fact. Like, that's what empires are. They are a toxic masculine in a way. And but see, the thing is, here, I knew that. I felt that. It's like there is this duality, this masculine and feminine, and the feminine being highlighted because it's been suppressed, but also the toxic masculine not being as important anymore, and the healthy masculine being important. So it's not that just masculine energy is not highlighted at all, and it's not that it's not important or not needed. It's just that it needs to be pushed out of distortion. I'm hearing pushed out of distortion. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so we have the three of coins here. So yeah, there's been a lot of delusion, which that's not what the three of coins usually means, but I just, with this card, it specifically looks like delusion to me. A lot of delusion around what? Around what, spirit? Around gaining, wealth, through this toxic masculine kind of anchor, when the more healthy, the higher vibrational masculine is needed, as well as the feminine in general, but especially the higher vibrational feminine. um Although it's just like feminine energy is just less um endemic, I'm hearing, in this world. So as that comes through, these places that we feel ashamed of because of the society's pressure to extinguish these feminine characteristics is going to come through. But what you can do to help that come through now is, like what I said, to ask that part, what, why do you feel that way? What is the feeling exactly? What can I do to help you? Imagine that part of you as being in front of you. Imagine, what age is that part of you? Is it a child? Is it a teenager? Is it your age now? And what can you do for that? What can you do to assure it that it will be safe? And what can you do to say, hey, I will listen to my intuition. I will plan that whatever it is that you're feeling afraid of that is coming because of judgment, or because of whatever, the way people are going to react to your work, that I will protect myself from that, without being overprotective, without that toxic masculinity to protect it, with that healthy masculinity protecting it. Oh, there we go. And that femininity creating it within you. Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay, this just fell out. 5 of Cups. And okay, and seeing that broken mirror. You're done seeing yourself through a broken mirror. You're done. You're done seeing yourself with that astigmatism. Because the messages that are coming to you through this communication with yourself are going to change everything. But what is it changing, Spirit? What is it changing? Like, is there any specifics, please, Spirit, that you can give us? Angels again. I'm hearing angels. I hear that every time I do a reading. Okay. Life force energy. Okay, I want to just mention Alonia said, and I really felt this resonated, that the serpent energy that we usually associate with the Kundalini rising is kind of being replaced by dragon energy. So allowing that dragon energy to come through, just literally meditating for 5 minutes and just repeating dragon, dragon, dragon in your head will help that go through. I'm getting that for sure. It's like the child is showing his mother in a way, like, hey, look what I've done. And maybe that mother is like saying, like, no, but that's you, that's you saying no and judging it. And so the mother is no longer going to do that, because see, she's got that something in her mouth, like she's like being stopped from talking that way. So she's just going to be supportive at this point, supportive like the serpent was, supportive like the dragon is. That's what you need to know about it, basically. That these toxic dualities are being transformed, that are need to be transformed, and are being supported to transform into higher vibrational dualities. That the way you see yourself is distorted, that the way that you're projecting yourself out is distorted, so that you haven't understood who you are completely yet, because of these things that are really not your fault. That all these factors, it's time to let go of the blame. It's time to let go of the blame and the overburdening yourself with responsibility, because once you do that, this responsibility is yours. But it's like, it doesn't have to feel that way. It doesn't have to feel like a burden to you anymore, because you're going to realize, with the transformation of the toxic dualities and into these healthy dualities, it's the burden becomes empowerment. The weakness that you feel becomes strength. I'm seeing like I'm seeing this guy become, going from scrawny like me to like a big, like, muscly guy. It's like, and he's like, and but okay, he's like very gentle, like a gentle giant kind of thing. So you are a gentle giant. Interesting. You're very influential with this. And again, take it as it resonates, because it could be small things, it could be big things, it probably is many things in your life, and it's going to reflect in different ways. um yeah, it's just balance. Balance is coming to you, and it's never been available to you before. And this was part of the lesson of your lifetime, that there are times where balance is not available to us. And sometimes certain people can try and try and try, and nothing is possible. Nothing moves. Nothing moves with the hangman here. Nothing moves, but it's about to move. He's about to drop. He's about to let himself free, and your intuition is bringing you there, okay? Because you have these opportunities coming. The seed is being planted, and you're allowing the two seeds to come up together rather than separate and apart. That it's not, so it's not just about the toxic dualities and the healthy dualities, but it's about allowing all of it to integrate, but allowing the healthy parts to lead, and knowing that now you are being energetically supported to do so, whereas before you were in you the universe, not intentionally, I felt like saying intentionally, but it wasn't so much intentional as it was like you were intentionally put here during that time, right? um but the universe is taking that away. It's taking those limitations away. And just it's putting those dualities again and again and again in front of me. Oh, confirmation burps. Okay, interesting. King of Swords. So there's the husband. So, and these two very difficult people, the Queen and King of Swords, are being transformed into something very different. They're the same people, but they're transformed into something so different. It's like they're discovering all their positive qualities in a way that they didn't see before. It's not that you never knew your positive qualities, but now you're really seeing them and being able to use them and know how to, I'm hearing exploit them, but that sounds a little bit harsh. But it's not exploitation, it's just it's it's a push. It's a utilization, it's an ability to utilize. Last thing. Okay, the devil. Yeah, you've been stuck. It's been stuck, it's been attached to you. And there's going to be times where you're going to feel like you're held back again. But don't let that keep you down. Don't let that make you believe that this energy is not supporting you now, because it is. Just because it hasn't before doesn't mean it isn't now. You have to allow these past experiences not to shape your future, because you are being supported now. And there is a feeling of apology for all the time that you were not supported, because it was not a punishment, and it wasn't just you. um but but these times of trauma, and of staying up at night and crying, and waking up in the middle of the night and with nightmares, and feeling like you're tied to things and relationships and people and situations and ideas that were just never aligning. No matter how much you tried, they're not going to be here anymore. It's dissolving. So that was your message. I hope you enjoyed. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if you are still here and you hit that like button, then this is for you. Let's see, one more message for the collective who hit the like button and subscribed and commented down below. Divine Feminine. Like I said, the feminine is being highlighted. Yeah. What's a okay. Oh, okay. Specifically relief. This is bringing you such a great relief. I'm feeling like something is melting off. I'm kind of getting this idea of this tension that's kind of holding me here, melting off my shoulders. So they're saying imagine that. Imagine whatever has been holding you back as tension just melting off like butter. I'm seeing butter melting. And then these like little black spots kind of being pushed out of the butter, and suddenly the butter is pure. It's like purified butter. That's so interesting. melting, and it's like before the butter would melt and it would be okay for a while, but that there would still be those impurities in it. And now it's like when the butter melts, somehow the impurities get pushed out. Trust, trust. That's all. Have a good day.